Hi Cancer, thank you for joining me for your February 2018 forecast. I'm reinventing myself this eclipse season, and in doing so, I am using the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley. And I was referred to this deck by a client of mine in a reading wondering why I had not used it before. It just wasn't my go-to, and now it is. So I'm shuffling this beautifully illustrated deck during the astrological portion of this reading. And it's eclipse season, so let's get into it. There's a lot of energy out there. On the 31st of January, going into February, we are experiencing our full moon, lunar, total super blue eclipse. It's a super moon, blue moon, and total lunar eclipse in Leo at 11 degrees. So there's a closure at the top of February in the finance sector, and closing the door on self-doubt is very important for Cancer and Cancer rising at this time, and also Cancer moon. So please watch all three of those forecasts if you know your ascendant and your birth chart. You can close the door on recklessly spending money. This eclipse will eclipse out reckless spending and budget you. This energy wants to realign you with a positive, productive path in the second house of finance, money, savings, and security. So, with that being said, how are you aligning your life? And it's important to keep tabs on where your money's going. And I feel like going into February, you will have done that. And then mid-month, your shared resources are eclipsed in the 8th house. But on the 10th of February, Venus enters the sign of Pisces. And all of this water energy will work for you, Cancer, because the month is inundated with personal planets entering the sign of Pisces. This will trine any placements that you hold in Cancer harmoniously. Venus entering your 9th house of foreign travel and higher education could see an attraction that's foreign to you, or literally foreign, out of the country, foreign attraction. And romance is huge. Potential for falling for someone who's not of your typical type, or your normal kind of attraction is big in the month of February. If you are already engaged or married or in a severe relationship, Venus in the 9th house wants to see you traveling and getting certified in your course of study and learning about topics that might feel second nature to you. Not second nature. So metaphysical experiences, or what is foreign to you? What do you need to learn about? Could be enhanced at that time. And right after Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate that, there is a new moon partial eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius on the 15th in your 8th house of shared resources. Now this is where you hit the reset button. This is regenerative energy. It's the house of change and transformation. It's the investing sector and who's investing in you. And it is the intimacy sector and your sex life and who you are intimate with. This is all impacted on the 15th of February. And for those of you looking for fresh starts in connection, relationship, this is the perfect time to eclipse someone into the picture and eclipse out any old energy. And I think going into February, you would have already cleared this plate. So you can prepare for half the month for something new. A new intimate experience. A new property purchase, because the 8th house is also where you are investing. And it could be property. It could be wills and estates and inheritances. Land that you've inherited. Resources that you need to divvy among siblings, and family money that comes through that's eclipsed into the picture. And for those of you who have had things on hold for legal situations, or maybe even a will that's been pending, I feel like this eclipse will see a catalyst energy in your receipt of what you're entitled to. 2 days later, on the 17th, Mercury enters Pisces, and this planet will be conjunct Venus and Neptune in the 9th house of foreign travel, of learning and education, of metaphysical experiences and foreign cultures. So analyzing places that you haven't been, booking your travel arrangements and actually traveling after the eclipse on the 15th is a brilliant move because Mercury will be direct and wants you kind of going over details and analysis in a sector that has everything to do with getting on the move and exploring, explorative sector, other countries. A day after that, the Sun enters Pisces, trining your Cancerian placements in that 9th house. And all of that is trining Jupiter in Scorpio. So it is, even though the eclipses are in air and fire, there's this nebulous, watery tone and energy throughout the whole month, and definitely affecting the water signs like yourself. The one thing that you want to watch for is your friend Neptune. Because Neptune's stationed in Pisces and creating a nebulous kind of energy, you might need a travel agent to oversee whatever plans you make, or a professor to overlook or oversee a paper or something you're learning or studying, because Neptune is a little bit of delusion and rose-colored glasses. Something could be missed, or you might think you're doing better than you actually are. So it's good to have another set of eyes over whatever plans you are making in this 9th house, so it goes smoothly for you. And Jupiter in Scorpio in the 5th house of true love and romance. This is a very powerful month for connecting with someone, for those of you who are single. And if you're married, you could easily be having a romantic connection and relationship with your spouse. There's nothing to say that people who are married don't have to be romantic here. You still have to keep it, keep it interesting, keep it spicy, and have date nights and have them last the whole weekend. I want to pull the cards for you, Cancer. I'm excited to see what comes up for you. If you'd like to book with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. You can select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I'll get back to you in an email or two to set that up. I also wanted to take a moment, and I'm doing this in each forecast, to pay homage to Aleister Crowley, who created this deck in 1938. He had the concept to create this tarot deck and didn't finish until 1942. And in this book, I received one of his quotes that I was attracted to, and it's perfectly expressed, and I will start answering people with his quote when they ask me why it is I am involved in astrology and tarot. So here's Aleister Crowley's quote I'd like to share. And once in a blue moon, I am saying in these forecasts, once in a blue moon, literally, I like to pay respects to artists or illustrators or any influence that I've had in this metaphysical experience. And Aleister Crowley is who I'm choosing right now. So here's his quote. "The tarot is a pictorial representation of the forces of nature as conceived by the ancients according to a conventional symbolism. At first sight, one would suppose this arrangement to be arbitrary, but it is not. It is necessitated by the structure of the universe, and in particular of the solar system, as symbolized by the Holy Kabbalah." And I just thought, bravo, I love this, because it's pinpointed, it's an exact, emotional yet certain scientific explanation in some regard to the combination or the akin relationship to the tarot and astrology in our universe. So I wanted to take a moment to just read that. And here are your cards for February, Cancer and Cancer rising. Ooh, 6 of Wands, victory. The Six of Wands is an accomplishment. It's a card of reward. It's like the prodigal son coming home and feeling accomplished and feeling, receiving acknowledgement for a job well done. Let's see what else is here for Cancer. I don't like that, but the Five of Cups, we couldn't get through it without a little water due to the eclipses and all of the Piscean influence. But Five of Cups could be crying over spilled milk, could be partaking in too many vices and drinking. It could be a fluid relationship with your emotions and maybe feeling the connection to sadness or something that upset you in the past. The Knight of Discs, and the discs are the coins in his version of the tarot. And the Knight is a source of protection. He is the protector of your health and wealth and well-being. This could be a younger earth sign male in your life, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. He's willing to fight to protect his property, and your property is important to you. It always is. It doesn't have to be astrologically aspected or influenced, but you're a Cancer. You rule the fourth house of home and environment. So where you live and how you live is always important to Cancer and Cancer rising. Let's see what else is here. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, there is the need to defend yourself. Interference. I feel like you need to protect your surroundings. When you do travel, be cautious of thievery and theft in the home. You know, you want to make sure you're protected in your alarm systems, your guard dogs, your security systems, all of that. Keep that in check is the message I'm getting. Not all of you, but some of you might have this eclipse energy, brings out, you know, unexpected energy. And these cards are feeling like you need to protect yourself. And it could just be a defense mechanism, but the Eight of Swords feels like someone could be trying to pull the wool over your eyes or tricking you, and it could be thievery. So guard what is yours, rightfully, and without exception. The Nine of Wands. And this says strength, even though this is not the major arcana card for strength. The Nine of Wands is defensive energy, and it's protecting your stance. Definitely say what's on your mind, but watch your tone to your delivery, and also watch who you are relaying these messages to. You might be in a bidding war. What I'm getting is this could be a property bidding war. Someone's trying to take advantage of you by underbidding. You don't have to settle for what isn't rightfully yours just because you want the end of the sale. I feel like you need to stick up for that property, like the Knight of Swords. Your last card, Queen of Wands. This is a fire sign female, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. The Queen of Wands symbolizes the highest source of feminine creativity and passion. And what you are passionate about becomes your focus. Some of you might be defending yourself and your property and or your environment from a fire sign female, or this could be a realtor even, or the Knight of Pentacles could be the realtor. But there is a powerful presence to the Queen because she is fertile and she is forever creating and recreating is the message that I'm getting. So if there are some of you where things have been taken from you or even destroyed in your life, you can always rebuild, you can always recreate is the message I'm hearing. You are regenerative, you're like a starfish, and not literally, if you cut your limbs off, they don't grow back, but in this day and age, you can get artificial limbs, and you can also be just as productive as anybody with regular limbs. So there's something to this message that I'm receiving that's saying, nothing's ever really undone. It can be done again. You can rebuild, is what I'm hearing. So if any of you are affected by natural disaster at this time, this definitely applies. And keep your strength up, like this card. Keep your defenses, keep guarded, but keep yourself and property defended. Thank you so much for watching, Cancer. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm wishing you a peaceful month of February. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.